In Shogun Episode 4, Mariko talks about how many years ago, a great injustice stole everything from her. We are shown quick flashbacks to her father's face, a younger version of Mariko falling into the snow during a blizzard and getting followed by a soldier, and someone holding Mariko's hand and leaving her a rosary necklace. Although these seem like quick shots that don't reveal anything, they actually offer glimpses into Mariko's story and in effect, into what happened to the real Mariko, the real person Shogun based this incredible character on. Her name was Akechi Tama, later known as Hosokawa Gracia, and this video is about her story. Akechi Tama or Tamako was born to a noble family. Her father, Akechi Mitsuhide, was a samurai general who did a terrible mistake that resulted in the end of his name and left Tamako as the only member of her clan. Akechi wanted more power and acted against his own lord Oda Nobunaga, who either died during a fight or performed seppuku on himself, but Akechi claimed responsibility for his death. Of course, this resulted in a war, where two people we also saw on the show avenged Nobunaga's death and defeated Akechi in a battle where he was killed while trying to run. These people were the real-life versions of the Taiko we briefly saw him dying in Shogun Episode 2 and Toranaga, one of the main characters of the show. While this battle happened and Akechi's family line was about to end, Tamako, a real-life version of Mariko, was already a young woman married to Hosokawa Tadaoki, the person that inspired Mariko's husband on Shogun. In fact, they married when Tamako was 16. They had 5 or 6 children, even though the FX series only shows a teenage son. After her father's betrayal, her husband sent Tamako into hiding, and later the Taiko allowed her to come back and live in confinement. This is when Tamako converted to Christianity. Her maid was from a Christian family and she was baptized Maria. During her confinement, Tamako was not allowed to leave the house, so she was baptized by her maid and she got the name Gracia as a result. It is said that through her conversion to Christianity that she learned Latin and Portuguese. But perhaps, and this shouldn't be a surprise since the show is loosely based on real history, the most ahistorical storyline in Tamako's depiction is Mariko's relationship to John Blackthorne. In real life, Tamako never even met the real John, William Adams, let alone act as a translator for him. In fact, Tamako died the same year William Adams first arrived in Japan, so both the Shogun book and the series took a lot of liberties in depicting Tamako's life. Yet, the end of episode 4 showed that the war between Toranaga and Ishida would begin soon enough.
It is war.
And Tamako had a very famous involvement in that. Do I need to tell you this is huge spoiler territory? In real life, Ishida Mitsunari and Tokugawa Ieyasu became big rivals as depicted on the show, and as part of his plan to defeat Tokugawa, Ishida attempted to take people on the other side hostage. One of these people was Tamako. But when Ishida tried to take her hostage, the family retainer killed Tamako to protect her honor and then killed himself, burning their entire house as well. Most Japanese accounts say that it was Tamako's idea to tell her retainer to kill her, but it's not exactly known how it happened. We just know that she died before she was taken hostage. And her death basically impacted the result of the entire war between Ishida and Tokugawa. Since Ishida had Christian allies, they didn't like the fact that a Christian woman died because of his actions. Ishida's chances of recruiting more allies reduced, and he was eventually defeated, which led to the formation of the Tokugawa shogunate. So yes, our guy, Toranaga, ends up being the winner of the story, but Mariko is lost along the way. It is not clear if the flashbacks we saw in episode 4 will turn out to be full scenes. I hope they will. The one that shows Mariko's father is, I'm sure, after his defeat at the hands of the Taiko and Toranaga. The one that shows Mariko falling into the snow must be her trying to run away after her father and the rest of her clan are killed as a result of betrayal. And the final image must be related to her conversion. In the show, she's seen wearing a black rosary necklace with the cross symbol. That looks like the necklace in the flashbacks. She's probably given that by one of the priests, I'm guessing Father Martin Alvido. As for her relationship with John, like I said, there's nothing in historical records about it, But in the book, they do have a romantic relationship, the start of which we saw in episode 4. However, I should also say that Mariko's story ends differently in the book and in real life. The book takes a more dramatic approach. Ishiro takes hostages from Toranaga's side, and for some reason, it's Mariko who goes to Osaka Castle to obtain the hostages' release. Mariko sacrifices herself to buy time for the hostages to run away from the castle. She dies in an explosion. I hope this was a good enough recap of Mariko's real story. I'll continue with my weekly breakdowns of Shogun episodes, so see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe to next season. Bye!